Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Yeah. I feel like a cake. Huh. I put my wrist in.
Gabbana. Of the tape, here we go, guys. John Gabbana, the sweet age of 25, 2-0. Like I said, underneath the Island Fights banner, both height 5'11", reach 71, 156. Chris Wright, boxing 1-1, age 28, 5'11", 71, and 154. Here we go, guys. The co-main event. John Gabbana versus Chris Wright. Christopher James with the ring announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go right now. This is your Island Fight 72 co-main event of the evening. This one is brought to you by BeachBilly.com. It's not just a website, it's a lifestyle. This one is set for 3 two-minute rounds of boxing in the super welterweight division. And when the action starts inside the ring, our referee, Mr. Larry Downs Jr. And now, let's meet our boxers. Introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner, standing 5'10" and weighing in at 154 pounds. Tonight, he comes to the ring with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Tifton, Georgia, please welcome Chris Wright. And his opponent, boxing out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 10.5 inches tall, weighing in at 150 pounds. Tonight, he comes to the ring with a perfect record, 2 wins and 0 defeats. Representing Dead Game and fighting out of Jacksonville, Florida, please welcome John Gabbana. Fighters to the center of the ring for final instructions.
All right, listen to my instructions at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch them up. Good luck, gentlemen.
I am so excited for this one, Dave.
Here we go, Pearl. Chris Wright wearing gray out in the blue corner. John Gabbana wearing white, purple with gold.
For royalty is what he said. I had an amazing, incredible pre-fight interview with him.
Wow, those jabs by Gabbana are lightning.
You know, this is his 3rd fight in 8 months. He is extremely motivated. He said he spent the last 6 months just in camp, in training, really embracing and honing the life of a warrior, the life of a fighter, and you see his skills. Chris the Karate Kid Wright, though, he's really looking forward to this fight. He feels like Gabbana doesn't respect him. And is out to prove a point here. Wants to go professional, and you know, he's got very clean strikes as well. And if you see, he's got a beautiful forward jab, pressing jab.
Gabbana with a huge overhand right just seconds ago. Gabbana with lightning speed, jabs, check lefts, good to the body. Gabbana does not look like a social media influencer, Pro.
Oh,
Gabbana looks like a professional
fighter.
boxer.
He looks like a fighter, and he is. He's transformed his life. He has an incredible story. You know, just had a crazy lifestyle, drugs, like you said, celebrity, influencer, YouTube guru, if you'd say, and just had this crazy lifestyle, drugs, partying, and I mean, he's completely transformed his life, his body, his mindset, and is making his stamp in the boxing world, one fight at a time.
We're so lucky to have him here underneath the Island Fights banner. His third contest. He's fought Supreme Patty. He's fought Akoa, 2 social media influencers himself. This time he fights Chris Wright, who is a fighter, fights MMA, fights boxing. He's been under this banner around 5 to 6 times. This is his toughest contest to date.
Yeah, and Wright is coming forward. Wright, again, has a chip on his shoulder, doesn't feel like Gabbana respects him, and has a point to prove. I looked over his social media when I was doing my research, you know, and he wanted this fight. He had been calling for this fight for months. So he went and sought after Gabbana here, and man, Gabbana looks clean, and his technical ability, his progression is really showing tonight. And he's got a lot of composure for someone that's only been boxing for 6 years. So much composure. And we talked about that, the patience. And even for himself, not just in the fight, but in the transformation in his life. You can't expect results right away. You have to chip at it day in and day out, and the results will eventually show.
So, Pro, after that round 1, if you're in the corner of John Gabbana or Chris Wright, what would you tell him to change up or adapt or keep things how they are?
I think that Gabbana has such beautiful long-range punches, and just to keep snapping them like he is, keep snapping that jab, that 1-2. And for Wright, he needs to utilize his jab. He does not really have a jab, and you know, he's got some powerful strikes. You can see that. A little fancy feet here. Okay. Again, and there's the composure from Gabbana. He's doing a great job of staying composed,
letting Chris dance, letting him move. But I think Chris is trying to get himself into this fight, trying to feel a little bit of a rhythm. He's kind of just been stuck out of place almost for the first round and a half.
He's having a hard time finding openings. Look, those are big strikes, big 1s and 2s from Gabbana. And that's the problem, is Wright is not finding any openings, and it's due to not having a jab. He's looking to counter.
Huge shot there by Gabbana.
Big overhand right. And that was because of the composure of Gabbana. He's not rushing this fight. He's not allowing for Wright to take him out of his fight game here. He's just staying tight and staying true to his technical skills and his technical abilities at this point in his career.
30 seconds left in round 2.
A beautiful pivot by Gabbana there. And Wright's throwing heat here. He's not throwing light shots. These are heavy shots that he's throwing.
Oh, big shot there by Chris Wright. Gabbana's in a fight.
He is, and he's composed.
He looks, I think, dynamite.
Incredible progression in just 3 fights, 6 months.
Round 2 officially in the books. We will go to the final round.
Wright did a great job at the end of the second round of pressing forward and coming forward with his strikes, closing the distance. Gabbana's doing a fantastic job of staying long and rangy, and patient and composed. And when you have a fighter that's technical and patient, you've got to make it ugly. You've got to come in and disrupt their rhythm, disrupt that composure in some sort of way, and you do that by pressing forward. You do it by throwing crazy shots and making it an ugly fight. And Wright did a great job of doing so at the end of that second round. But you got to believe, looking in the corners, of how composed.
It was, to me, a huge statement. Chris Wright looks in phenomenal shape, but Chris Wright was the one in that side-by-side, breathing a little bit hard, breathing a little bit heavy. John Gabbana was the one who just looked, hey, this is a Sunday afternoon.
Composed.
What's next?
Composure. It's huge. And hats off to Gabbana for being so composed and rising to the occasion in this moment.
Both men throwing big shots here to start round 3.
Nice, clean 1s and 2s. That hurt. That right hand hurt right. Oh.
Back and forth they go. Huge shots.
Clean 1s and 2s. Clean 1s and 2s from Gabbana.
Larry Downs Jr.
So impressive to me is how composed Gabbana is. Gabbana's had his jaw broken severely and has been through traumatic experiences with getting hit, and none of that is affecting him in his fight today. None of that is affecting him in becoming this professional fighter that he's seeking to be. You know, and he's just wearing it and showcasing that he really is transforming himself into a true fighter.
Wow. Phenomenal story, phenomenal fight, phenomenal night here at Island Fight 72. Wright and Gabbana throwing bombs here towards the end of round 3.
Beautiful right hand. Great job by Gabbana, staying tight there, not allowing.
Here we go, 15 seconds left. Gabbana versus Wright.
Beautiful job. There you go. Nice job getting off the fence there. And Wright is just bringing the action to him. He's doing a great job of finishing this fight out and bringing the putting heavy pressure on Gabbana here. Not being deterred at all by Gabbana's skills.
There it goes.
What a fight.
Great fight. Great fight. Because people, of course, when you see a social media influencer, even we've seen, of course, with Jake Paul, and we've seen it with Logan Paul, and now with Gabbana, you know, could be pushing 3-0. They never get the respect they deserve outside the ring, of course, and inside the ring. To be a great fight.
And to not only overcome this moment in this fight, but to overcome all of the obstacles that Gabbana has been through, drugs, you know, just the stardom, the crazy lifestyle, and to overcome all of that and still step inside of a ring against a fighter who is looking, as we see, to take his head off and fight with such composure and discipline is impressive. And hats off to Wright for not being at all intimidated by the stardom of Gabbana, for coming in here and really trying to win this fight and take Gabbana's head off like he said he was going to. But ultimately, I believe that it was the 1s and 2s from Gabbana that played big dividends in this fight.
Especially earlier, I thought Gabbana was beautiful, beautiful boxing technique early in the fight. Towards the end, we were seeing the shots. We were seeing big, heavy haymakers, but cannot wait to see the results here. Island Fight 72, the co-main event, Wright versus Gabbana.
And you know, hats off to Gabbana. Again, only been fighting for 6 months, and Wright has been fighting much longer and does mixed martial arts. 6 years. Impressive. Both gentlemen, what a great fight. Both display of skills by both men and heart.
All right, we go to our ring announcer, Christopher James, with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the bout identically, 30-27. For your winner, by unanimous decision, and still undefeated.